Welcome to Your Aunties Could Never, your favourite aunties on the internet. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with...
I'm Farah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
I'm all things sugar and shade Sade.
Hey! And today we're joined by a woman who is a fine babe. She's a multi-talented presenter, she's an actress, a mother, and executive producer of the new documentary on Amazon Prime, Where the Heck Is My Period? Stephanie Coker! How you doing?
Good. Aunties. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be getting into your business a bit later.
Okay.
But here now, you know, Stephanie's going to join us and get into this week's usual stuff, enemies of progress, welcome to the family, and she's going to help us solve some of your crazy, juicy dilemmas in Aunties Know Best. But we want to know more about her career, as I said. We want to get into this new absolute documentary that you've done. But, guys, the only way you're going to get into Stephanie's business is if... What do they have to do? Sign up immediately for...
Yes.
$1.99.
$1.99.
$1.99.
It's only $1.99.
Our new YouTube membership. That's the only way you're going to get to know more of Stephanie.
Can't even get a chicken meal for that.
Can't even get a chicken meal for that. And after you signed up, make sure you...
Book the like button, 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 book the like button.
Make sure you boop it. Subscribe, share, and share the vid and leave us comments. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure you rate us. We only accept...
5 stars.
5 stars only.
Sade's more mean than me.
We don't want anything
We don't
else.
want them.
No,
but
don't
with
want
love, we don't want them.
No,
No,
just
bro.
5 stars. It's
Just
not.
5
It's not hard. And also, leave us comments. And when we leave us comments on Spotify, we shall read them one day.
Come on now. One day.
One day we'll read them. So a lot's actually been happening this week. There's been a lot of nonsense and news. A woman in Brazil has been arrested after she took her dead uncle to the bank to get a loan. Mad. 50 Cent has launched G Unit Studios. It's the second largest black-owned production studio.
Yeah.
The rap beef continues. The men's is fighting. Drake dropped Tailor Made, which features AI cameos from Snoop and Tupac. And Quavo and Chris Brown are doing some stuff, but we'll get into that. The UK's 6-year loan of the Ghanaian treasures it stole 150 years ago has begun, with the treasures arriving in Kumasi last week. Let's not return them. A woman blew up her lash technician's car because she couldn't get an appointment. Definitely giving Baby Reindeer vibes.
Yeah.
In a recent... reggae artist Elephant Man said he's fathered 38 children.
Of course he has.
In a recent interview with academics, Donald Trump Jr. has said Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, often told his ex-wife, who was Kim's friend, that she was afraid of Diddy.
Let's believe Donald Trump Jr. I mean, I believe... No, I don't know.
Speaking of Trump, all 12 jurors have been picked and his hush money trial has begun. We will give you more details on that soon. Victoria Beckham turned 50 and reunited with the Spice Girls at her birthday party. And Megan Thee Stallion has been accused of sexual harassment by her cameraman. And news just in, breaking, US Congress has approved a bill banning TikTok unless the Chinese owner, ByteDance, sells
Not
the
Chinese.
platform.
He's not Chinese.
He's not.
He's from
You
Singapore.
see the racism? We just had this conversation.
Yeah.
Do you know when I took the notes? It's in the headline
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the
He's from
articles.
Singapore. Yeah.
He's from Singapore.
Yeah.
However,
And he had to, show that he was from Singapore multiple times and say
look
that
at
he was
that.
from Singapore multiple times.
we just had a conversation.
In
I still did
Congress.
it. All right, but let's get into enemies of progress. Who's our enemy of progress this week? Auntie Sade, take it away.
Okay, so we're going to come in hot, right? So this, we really, really are. And this is like a serial offender, let's just say that. Serial offender in the enemy of progress world. So Mr. Tim Westwood, ex-DJ, trying to reinvent himself as some sort of Nigerian chef, has decided to pop up in Nigeria, demonstrating his cooking skills, trying to cook okra stew or some sort. And I just want him to go in the bin and stay there. you know, I looked at the comments and everything, and they did not disappoint me because they were just like, get this guy out of the country, extradite him to the UK, make him face his alleged charges. I mean, there are no actual charges against him at the moment, although there are 2 documentaries saying that he's guilty of sexual assault, but allegedly. Yeah, he needs to go. I really just want him gone.
Stephanie, you're Nigerian and you live in Nigeria. Have you seen Tim Westwood?
I haven't seen him, but I remember listening to his countdown and like recording it on the tapes.
Back in the day.
Back in the days, those were like nice times at Ministry of Sound. Yeah.
He has a legacy, unfortunately, in the black culture, but his legacy is tarnished to beyond.
I've heard about the things that he's allegedly done. So
He needs to
But
go.
I've not seen him in Nigeria. When did he get there? Maybe when I left.
December, you know.
December, allegedly.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly. No, you know, I mean, I'm
since
blocked.
December.
I mean, he might be there.
Oh, you're blocked? I was blocked too.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
blocked.
sir.
So I had
What do
to
you
do
mean
it
he
from my
blocked you
Moody
then?
account. But when I went stalking, he's been there since December. He actually is back in the UK now, and he has an event in Lewisham
They
next
keep
weekend.
booking him.
Why?
They
Need to
do.
stop.
And it's always in Lewisham.
Yeah, that
They
same
keep
place.
booking him. I don't even want to give him too much airtime.
Facts.
I feel ya.
He's an enemy.
But I feel like people collectively, we need to come together and out this man from our community. Like, it's enough now. Do you know what I mean? He's not adding anything. He's literally going to be drawing his pension in a minute, right?
Honestly.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's not now. When did you get it?
Is he over 60 now, isn't he?
Oh, 66.
Yeah, he's been
Yes,
old
sir.
all my life.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
Seriously.
all the time.
Honestly, he really has.
No, it's true.
He's an
66.
elder.
He's a pensioner.
He's a whole pensioner.
you know
elderly man.
in one of his videos, he's actually there with Wizkid and Davido.
No.
Yeah, like in their area, and they're bigging him up, and people were spraying him.
Ugh.
Let him get arrested. Let him step on some notes and get arrested.
But he was being sprayed. So
Okay.
He should just step on a note. Oh, he doesn't know the
Only spray
culture.
him with
just have
pepper.
to-
That's it.
Yeah, pepper spray. Get him out, go away. And I don't use our country and our culture for your gains. Get away.
Why didn't you cook bangers and mash?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're native.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mushy peas.
Right?
Your native cuisine.
Yeah.
his accent's also changed as well.
No.
What is it now?
It's not, you know, before it was that kind of like street American. Now
Yeah.
it's like that. What do they call it? It's like that Metro London, where it is London, West Indian, and West African tone.
Oh, how we speak. Oh, no.
He's
I
trying,
don't
he's
even
trying to
think about
affect
them.
some
It's
sort of
like
light
the younger
pigeony
ones
stuff.
have it way more.
okay.
Ill.
Yeah.
No.
So he sounds a bit more African.
I wonder what he would do confronted with grown women like us. Like, what would he do? How would he act?
Run, probably.
He ain't talking to us.
Do you know what I mean? Why would you want to talk? I think being in his orbit would make you sick.
It would.
Like, honestly, he's a parasite. He really is. He needs to go.
Get gone.
No, allegedly.
That part is true.
Okay, so next enemy of progress is Kemi Badenoch.
Yeah.
Kemi is back out here again. She's been saying that the UK's wealth isn't from white privilege and colonialism. She was at a financial industry leaders talk, the City UK's international conference, and Kemi said, she argued the point actually, that she is really distressed when people talk about white privilege and colonialism. She said that there was this special glorious time in Britain's history, 1688, when there was a revolution and they changed banking, and all of a sudden that's how Britain has become rich.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, Kemi, I wouldn't even say apparently, Kemi is signalling to be the next prime minister.
She is.
And I poo-pooed it, but because of this, she may actually get it, because the threat of reparations and all of the Caribbean islands actually wanting their proper freedom and not to pay any more money, she is putting herself forward as, I don't care about black people. I will do what I'm going to do, and I will be your token. I'm going to ride for you guys. And the whites are backing her. So Kemi may be the next prime minister. Yes, it may happen.
So she said about the banks in 1688.
Yeah.
She specifically said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's forgotten how the banks made their money.
Right.
And what the banks were trading in
Right.
at that time.
People.
People.
Exactly.
Got nothing to do
And it
with,
wasn't that
nothing to do with slavery.
It wasn't out of like
Black beings.
Yeah.
That's what they were trading.
it wasn't out of the goodness of their heart that everything shifted, because they weren't making enough money because Labour wasn't able to compete with the machines. So don't forget the reason why everything shifted. It wasn't everyone's good natured, and even when they try and say that Britain abolished the slave trade, it wasn't out of the goodness of their heart. Business was failing, business was shifting, and they had to make a decision. Come on, Kemi. You can talk about which percentage of the economy came from this, that, and the other. It wasn't the sole contribution to the economy. However, it was like 40%. That's a lot. And that's human slave trade. So you, as a black woman, shouldn't even be trying to justify any part of it. You can't.
But the thing is, it's just like, we just stopped paying slave traders' descendants in 2015.
Technically, I'm
Right.
paying for myself.
What are we talking about?
Right.
What are we talking about here?
Right.
Like, Kemi's just trying to rewrite history. I honestly, I don't even want to say it, but she has no business here. Like, I just, she actually has no business here. It's just like, go and read your own history. How was Nigeria even created? You're a Nigerian. Seriously.
Thank you.
One
Say again.
freaking woman colonizer's wife put a ring around it and called it Nigeria.
Exactly.
Because Nigeria runs through it. That's why.
Created borders that were not there. That's what they've gone around doing.
Yeah, say something.
Sorry.
Say what you need to say.
No, just the way she came up with that. It's not very nice, was it?
No, exactly.
She is beyond annoying.
She really is. She needs to quit.
I wouldn't even call her black.
No.
No, I don't. Culturally, I don't think she is.
She doesn't identify as black.
What's her point here? Like, who are you claiming? How can, and anyone that aligns with her, anyone black that aligns with her, what's your mindset? Her and the Voldemort. And her queer. She who should not be named.
I guess it's power.
Are you that greedy?
That's what Kemi is after. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what black people have gone through. She is after her own power.
But then what trajectory? You're a pawn and you know that anything switches, you're done with.
But they don't care because
I know, it's
unfortunately,
weird.
these types of people, the Rishi Sunaks of the world, the
Suellas.
Braverman, the Preeti Patels of the world, what they do is they make enough noise about their own people so that they can be claimed by the other. That's their plan. Oh, no, look at me. I don't care about them. I'm not prejudiced. I'm not just trying to get there for my own people. Make enough noise so you can be accepted. But little do they know, they are not ever going to be truly accepted. Rishi Sunak will never win the election because the great British people don't want him. No. That's what he's forgetting. He can come outside and talk about how, he's proud to be from Britain and this, that, and the other, and he's against Islamophobia. He's against extremists and all this stuff. But they don't want him.
Look at the guys on the train the other day. Like, you go along minding your own business and then you've got some of them go back to where you come from. The way they love to say that UK is not racist, but then you could be minding your own business, coming home from work after paying your tax bills, and then someone on the train telling you to go back to where you came from.
Yeah.
But I would go, though. Just pay me.
Just pay me to go. And they don't want you to go because they know that our labour matters. Remove every person of colour from the UK.
They're not going to
They wouldn't let us
They're
go.
not.
Yeah.
They're not. That's why they keep our countries disabled.
I love them claiming all this stuff as well, because even when they claim about St. George's flag, St. George was from Palestine, bruv. Like, he was he died in Palestine.
Yeah.
That's where he died. He was from Turkey. He was part of the Roman Empire. He was not English. He never came to England, and England are not the only ones that celebrate St. George's Day. So get your facts right. When you're chatting about go back home and you're draped in the St. George's flag, maybe you should do a bit of research.
I hope so. In Nigeria, do they even talk about Kemi, though? Is she like a figure?
No.
Like nobody...
No one knows.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
That's why she's
Does she even go? Does she even go back? Has she even been back?
Because weren't she born in Nigeria and then she came here?
Yes.
Well, that's her
I've
story.
only seen her on the Shade Bra, I think.
I mean, and that's where she needs to stay.
No, you're right. That is her story.
Yeah.
Because she makes a point of it. Like, look at me. You
I
like
came
me just
from the
like
dark
me.
lands.
Oh, no, she's
Yeah,
one of those.
she
I'm a
is.
wonderful immigrant.
Yeah.
I'm a good girl.
Britain's not racist. Look at me. All right, love.
You can make it if
So
you really want.
embarrassing, man.
Absolutely embarrassing. Okay, so my enemy of progress is a decider. Jill Scott, is she an enemy or not for celebrating Chris Brown's talents? So basically, as you've heard, Chris Brown and Quavo are going at it. Chris Brown dropped a very quality diss track to Quavo. Very quality. The internet streets were in a tizzy because Miss Jilly's from Philly celebrated Chris's track by tweeting the following: Chris Brown is amazing. How does anybody sing like that? Dance, look, act and rap like that. Beyond gifted, it appears exceptional. People have to go through exceptional. There's nothing to debate. To which she received some backlash. Someone tweeted, I think the women he's abused would disagree. Abusive men are often very talented. That's how they're able to thrive despite their list of victims. I know that's what you're saying. It just reads as a defense. Jaguar Wright was right about you. Now, Jill, boy,
Not a jaguar.
exactly. Jill then replied with, I doubt it. My mother's ex-husband was a mean, violent human, and he could lay the foundation better than anyone in my city. What he did with cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. He got a raise and praise for his ability. God dealt with the rest. What do you think?
Oh.
Is she
You know
an
what?
enemy?
Every now and again, though, although I do like Jill Scott's music, she just does too much. Every now and again, like I think the last time it was the microphone and simulating fellatio.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
That was wild.
I just like, and I think this is like you're just doing too much, Jill. Like she just didn't have to get like this is not for you. I'm sorry. It really isn't. Like I just think like no, what are you talking about? And I just feel like she should. I get her point kind of, but it's just like I just don't know if she's portraying that she's really for women. Do you know what I mean? Like I think that's a bit of the issue that I have at the moment, like with this. I'm not, although caveat, I'm not a massive Chris Brown fan at all. Do you know what I mean? So like that's my position. I just didn't want to hear this from Jill.
I have a question. So can we not celebrate Chris Brown's talents anymore? Is that out of the window now?
For me, I don't follow Chris Brown. I don't listen to his music on purpose. Like I'm just not
He's been
in
R.
a.
Kelly'd in your book.
It kind of
wow.
like
Oh,
no.
wow.
I mean, I understand what she's saying. Like, I wouldn't purposely put his music on.
Right.
If his music comes on and I don't know the track already, I'm not gonna like, oh yeah, I want to listen to this. No. Do you know what I mean? For me, that's for me personally. I'm just not because he's got for me. There's too many cases since. Do you know what I mean? There's too many cases of him being a colorist to girls at bars and saying people can't come to the table because they're too dark. There's too many like cases of like, do you know what I mean? Like girls saying that they've been abused and stuff. Like so for me. Nah, I'm not. There's too much smoke. It's getting a bit misty. It's getting a bit misty. Him and Trey Songz, I'm not on it.
What do you think, Stephanie?
So when it comes to public figures, you know, there's that whole personal side to them and then there's the actual talent. So I think some people just take a side, like you picked a side. You're like, well, he might be talented, but his personal life and his behavior is just too far away from what I can, you know, accept and applaud. So therefore, I'm not even going to applaud his music or his talent. I'm not going to acknowledge it. And it's just not in my space. It doesn't exist in my planet, which is quite sad for the talent, right? Because well, that's what happens. Most of the time they are, is it just demystified? Well, there's a separation. So it's like, you know, you put on a show and then you go home and you're whoever you are. But then again, it's hard because they both are interlinked. You're a public figure. You are the person that's in front of the camera. And if you're an alleged abuser, then I don't want to listen to somebody that's talented but abuses women. So, yeah, but it's sad because this track was good. But I can get how people just can't get past the fact that this is the way that he is now, has been perceived ever since the Riri case. And he just can't seem to get away from that. And to be honest, it's different. It would be different if he'd been trying. I think, you know what, everybody can turn a new leaf and but I think the issue, like you said, is that there's just been too many cases probably and it's like it's just the same kind of case as well. So it's like you know what, don't want to touch him with a barge pole, but he's good looking, he's good, he's talented, but I don't want to know. So yeah, I get it. He's talented though.
So is Jill an enemy?
Not for me. What I didn't like was her delivery. I didn't like the way that she clapped back by, she's talking about her own experience and I understand that, but she kind of clapped back in a way that didn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's the part that I don't like.
What do you mean?
Because she said, my stepdad did this as though it was a justification. Yeah. That part.
That's ends justify the means.
Right. Yeah. So that's the bit that didn't sit well with me. Now, we all know, anyone who knows me knows I'm a Chris Brown fan.
Yep.
I'm a Chris Brown stan. Because basically, what it is for me, and I hear what you're saying about cases and stuff, and I'm the first person to talk about smoke, no smoke without fire. But I do think that a lot of these things have been disproven. And unfortunately for Chris Brown, everyone's got their opinion. Unfortunately for Chris Brown, he was, caught up in one of the biggest cases, domestic violence cases, and he was rightly punished for it. He held his hand up and he went to jail and he did that. And I think, unfortunately, people forget that this happened when he was 19. And he gets more smoke. What I don't like is that he gets more smoke than anybody else that does this sort of thing. Now, talk about the rap battle, right? Him and Quavo in this rap battle. Chris won it, hands down. But people aren't coming for Quavo in the same way, with the same vim that they're coming for Chris Brown. And Quavo is also a domestic person who's committed domestic violence, and it's been seen. But he doesn't get the same smoke. You get people like, you know, so there are people that are celebrated in the public eye who have done some pretty shitty shit, and they don't get the same smoke. So I understand if, like, you don't want to celebrate someone's wins and you don't want to hear it and you expect better of the people that you do celebrate, like Jill Scott. People maybe thought that, I wouldn't have expected this for you, I thought you were for women or whatever it is, but she's entitled to her opinion. Her delivery is the bit that I didn't like, but she's not an enemy for me.
Yeah.
None?
Halfway enemy. Jill just says, I don't know, she is a bit of a pick-me. And I can't forgive her for that, because Jill seems to always be there like, oh, let's fight for the men.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So, yeah, I understand what she's saying. And I think, I don't know what it is with Chris. See, I sit halfway in between with you. I'm not a fan, but I do really like his talent. And there's something about his talent that I do think is God-given and should be seen and celebrated. I hate the vessel that it's being delivered in, though. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm always conflicted with him, but I really think he is so talented. So I understand her talking about it.
Yeah, same. I think I'm in the middle. I'm a fan and not a fan. I think he was vilified, and I think that made him worse. What happened to him at a young age after Rihanna, the way that industry treated him and society treated him made him worse. And I think he found it harder to come back from. That is not necessarily an excuse, but he's living in a public eye and he grew up in the public eye. So that made it 100 times worse. I don't like the accounts that have come out. I also feel conflicted when you know someone's colorist and they might have to say something just in their actions. It's really hard being dark-skinned and liking them, because like there's a point where you don't like me in a certain barrier. We might be friends, but there's a thing where you don't think people that look like me are acceptable in some sort of way. So that feels weird, liking anyone, not just Chris Brown, anyone that has, you can see that they feel like that. It's a weird feeling to deal with. So I have that about Chris, but I love the song Sensational. The diss track was phenomenal. I think Quavo came back well.
Yeah.
Do you think?
What, you think he
have
came
you
back
listened
well?
to it?
Listen,
Have you listened?
Okay, relax. It's my opinion.
No, like, I'm just going to remove Chris Brown from the equation. Let's say it was about somebody else. You actually think? Let's talk about all the disses that are out there.
All I said, I didn't even finish my. I just said I think it was all right. I didn't think it was amazing. I said it was amazing.
big
I
pile
didn't
of
say it was amazing.
flipping poo.
I don't think it was shit. I don't really care either. But Chris Brown did the thing, so yeah, that's it. I don't think Jilly, and I don't think Jill's an enemy, but sometimes she's still got the right to comment. She can say what she wants, but she does do the pick me thing a little bit.
I think you're right about Quavo, you know, because realistically, he is the rapper.
He should be better.
And
the
so
rapper.
you can't, you really cannot be beaten by an R&B dude.
Yeah.
Like, and he was.
But Chris is
And he
different. Chris ain't an R&B. Chris is a rap dude in an
but
R&B
you're
body.
a rapper.
I know.
Literally
Yeah.
Migos.
But he's always been the weakest one of the Migos anyway.
Yeah.
They've always said that he's the
Everyone
weakest
says
one.
that.
Yeah.
But then what was annoying for me as well is that he took a takeoff unreleased verse and put it on this pile of poo.
You know, I have a theory. I think Diddy's behind all of this.
Oh, wow. As a distraction.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's one big, massive distraction. I think all these rap beefs that are coming up at the moment,
True, actually.
no one's really talking about what's going on with Diddy at the moment, because all these little shitty songs are coming up,
Yeah.
and everyone's debating who's the greatest. Like,
It is a
come
weird
on, like,
moment.
yeah,
It is,
it's
though,
on the
isn't it?
Like a
range.
20 bag to like
Yeah.
release something.
Do it now.
Maybe that's what he's
You know,
doing.
look at Kanye, what he was doing. He literally says, what do you call it? Wearing a Sean John vest or something.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. It's deleted now,
Maybe
though, right?
onto something though, you know.
It might be that.
I'm
He's
surprised
got
you
the
didn't come up
power.
with that, Nana.
I know.
That's a good conspiracy. Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah, I like that.
Keep an eye on that.
You're right.
I think you're right as well.
I do. I think you're
The
right.
diddler. I mean,
Diddy Diddler, yeah.
No, you can't.
in new Diddy news, there is a woman who they're saying has gone to the feds, and she's been tried for drug smuggling. She's supposed to be Diddy's biggest drug mule,
Allegedly.
allegedly. This is her words. This is what she's saying, and she has I think she's done her time, 4 years, but she's out talking now on YouTube. If you want to see it, if you go to Tisa Tells, she did a 3-hour live going through everything that this woman said. And they're saying that Diddy is going to have formal charges in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, well, I listened to something. Someone said that most definitely, don't get blinded, Diddy's going to get done.
Yeah, 4 weeks, I said.
Diddy's done out.
Diddy's done. I mean, let's see. Auntie Nana again.
Okay, so Shannon Sharpe is my next enemy of progress. Yes, with Club Shay Shay, he did an interview. It's out this week with Amanda Seales. It is 3.5 hours long. It's a long one, but Shannon Sharpe is not equipped to really deal with Amanda's intellect, and he showed himself dramatically. He is so... I've been trying to stop using the C word, but he is an absolute COON, and he just displays it from the first 5 minutes.
Oh.
He's in the bin for me. I can't stand him. But it's still a good watch, like support Amanda, but the dude is so ignorant and literally, like, he is an enemy of progress. I don't think he likes black folk. I'm going out there and saying I don't think he likes black folk. Maybe black women, but he's got problems.
Interesting.
What did you guys think that have heard the interview?
I think as an interviewer, fellow interviewer, do you know what I admire for him? Because he's got this single-mindedness, basicness in his delivery, he just bowls through and asks the questions regardless of anything that's going on. And so I like his ability to stick to the script, whether everything's blowing up around him. It's just like, I'm gonna read this question no matter how you're reacting. And that's very difficult as an interviewer, because sometimes you feed off the emotions that the person that you're interviewing gives you, and you can get
skill.
It's called skill, but also sometimes it's like you might miss the moment because you're like, oh, I'm being sensitive. I mean, which is good to have empathy and humanity, but sometimes it's like, go for it and be tough. That takes a special something to be able to go for the hard questions. So I think I'll give him that. But yeah, he's not equipped to challenge anyone that's, like, even with Cat Williams, if someone says something that's not quite right or something like that, he doesn't have the things to challenge. So yeah, an enemy of progress for people who take interviewing seriously.
No, I agree. Like, it was disappointing. I would say more than anything, because like we know that Amanda, she's a scholar. Do you know, we know this already. If you follow her work and follow what she does and everything like that, she's got range. One of the biggest things that she's doing at the moment, her humanitarian work that she does on social media, talking about the conflict in Gaza, didn't even touch on it. That's ridiculous as far as I'm concerned.
In 3.5 hours?
Yes,
imagine.
He didn't even touch on it.
Not one question.
No, it was ridiculous.
Protecting
and I just
his
think
bag.
it was just like, maybe. And it just shows like, are you down for the cause? Are you not down for the cause? And I just felt like she had to pacify herself. She had to change herself. The very thing that she was describing that people make her do on a daily basis and is a problem, she had to do for him because he was not equipped to deal with her at all. She had to make herself small so he felt comfortable, so he would understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
And it's just like, brother, come on. I
can't call him
like
brother.
No,
I think, do you know what? Because I think Nana messaged me and said, I think I'd said she was defensive, but actually, now we're talking about it, in his attempt to be probing as an interviewer, he's probing on the wrong thing. Yeah. So when she's telling a story about her experience of racism in school, he's like, but don't you think? And it's like, you could ask that question about something else to challenge, but that wasn't to challenge, that was her personal experience. So I actually get what you're coming from, because at that point I thought, in her mind, she's like, oh God, why am I having to do this? She had to kind of know.
But then he took it one step further, called her combative as well. Do you know what I mean? So she's had to like go all the way around the houses. She's had to go all the way around the houses to kind of say, like, make a football analogy for him to understand. She's literally had to dumb it down, all the way down, for him to understand. This is where I'm coming from. Can you not see that you pointing this out in my story, you should be talking about me? She's trying to make the point of like, people, she's had too many people around her that have not cared about her. You've brought her onto your show and you're still not caring about her. You're caring about the teacher. What are you freaking caring about the teacher
Who
for?
you ain't met.
Who you haven't met.
You don't freaking know her.
Why did she go on the show?
Because it's Shannon Sharpe.
I mean, yeah, she has to. And also as well, it's one of the biggest platforms at the moment to be able to tell a story without being interrupted to a certain extent. Do you know what I mean? And actually get your truth out there. She spilled the tea with Issa Rae.
She did.
Yes, she did. In part 2,
I haven't seen part 2.
She went into detail. She went into detail, step by step, of what happened.
Issa could potentially be on the enemy of progress list.
Bro, the backlash, this is fresh, by the way.
Yeah.
So the day we're recording is the day it's dropped. So this is fresh. So we're going to see how black media works in Hollywood. Whether they're gonna be honest about it or they're gonna put the machine in motion.
Okay. I predict no honesty because effectively Amanda's been blackballed.
Yes.
And I think she's been blackballed because of her coverage on Gaza. I totally believe this is why there was the Essence piece. This is why there was all of the black media doing pieces about we don't like Amanda. I think it's because of what she's been doing with Palestine. And somehow she is going to be the villain for talking about her experiences with Issa Rae.
Yeah, definitely.
It ain't gonna, but for people who understand truth tellers,
this is what
I'm
happens.
side-eyeing that chick now.
I can't lie. I've been side-eyeing Issa for a little while.
Serious? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's not 100% genuine from her. I don't know what it is, and this is before I even heard anything. Like, I like her. I think she's amazingly talented and funny and all of those things. But there is just something sometimes that I'm just a bit like, are you being real?
Really, I've not felt like that. I've been I say a fan. Too old to be a fan, but I've liked her work. I've liked how she's presented. So I couldn't answer that. I haven't listened to part 2, so I'd need to.
No, listen to part 2 because she does go into detail, and I think her main complaint about Issa, because she says like she respects what she does, and she was like conflicted about telling the true story because all this time she felt actually I have to still protect Issa because of what she stands for and what she represents. But what she talks about is that actually when you needed to step in, you didn't step in, and it's just like. The PR girl, that blocked her from that party, she is a certified bitch. Yeah. Because there's absolutely no reason for this to happen. We didn't need to be here. We absolutely didn't need to be here at all because you don't like the girl. Yeah,
that was her reason. And she told her that.
Yeah, told her on the phone, had a phone call with her, talking. She's just like, Issa set her up, told her like, go guys, have a conversation. After she said she didn't want to be involved in it, and then she's like, you guys can have a conversation. Amanda's thinking, you're my boss. I'm going to have the conversation. And she was just like, oh, it was me. This has got nothing to do with Issa. And I just don't like you. And then Amanda's just like, well, okay, that's the end of the conversation. And, oh, don't you want to know why I don't like you? No one wants to fucking know why.
Imagine that.
Sorry.
Wow.
Like, seriously.
I was like that listening. I was literally like,
this is just fueling my I'm not sure about Issa thing. Because who's the boss there? If you invited somebody, let's take it one step further. We invite someone we're having something. Stephanie. We invite Stephanie. we say, Stephanie, please come here, right? Our PR person, when she gets to the door, says, nah, you're off the list. Then you can't come in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah? Then you tell me that's what you've done. And I'm not going to bollock my PR person. Exactly. Nah, come on. And then all of this has been created because of your mistake or your emotions. You're meant to be doing your job. Nah, I don't like.
I should be on the list.
You should be on the list,
and so should Amanda.
So bad. I feel for her. I do feel for her because she is repeatedly been misunderstood. I think I relate to that. Do you know what I mean? And like just being kind of like pushed and fought, like people trying to push her into like a little box and making her smaller. And I just think like enough is enough. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad she's got to this point. I'm sad that she's had to go through what she's gone through to get to this point because she's not okay. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? She's like, she was talking about a psychotherapist, she was talking about being on medication, all these kind of things. She's not okay. Do you know what I mean? And people just need to leave her the fuck alone. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's only 4 weeks ago she said that she had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
When all of the articles were coming out. But because of the medication, it's like it wasn't as profound. She did say it on a live maybe last week. She was like, I haven't been on properly because I've been sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it happening to her. Well, we all follow her, right? So you could see it happening to her. It's heartbreaking. It's very, very sad. And I think you're right. It does have something to do with her stance on Palestine. 100%. I think that's why she's being blocked even more.
Shall
Yes. Okay. So talking about, oh God. So like this is a bit of a weird one because what I want to put into Enemy of Progress is weak clapbacks, basically. Weak clapbacks. And we've seen this demonstrated by 3 people in this last week, yeah?
Oh my goodness.
So I'll just give you the cases. Okay. So we've got one from Candice Carty Williams. She is an author. She's written a book called Queenie. I think it's gone to... it's been made into a series or something along those lines.
BBC, isn't it?
BBC and Hulu.
Yes, kind of thing. Doing pretty well, right? Do you know what I mean? And someone on, X, formerly known as Twitter, decided to put their opinion across saying that they didn't like the character in the book. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? That's what she said. She didn't like the character in the book. Candice responds and put a clip, a picture of the person's books that were, are they erotic? I don't know.
Yes.
Erotic fiction?
Yeah.
And she was like, is this you? She said, is this you? Chat to me when your books are in major stores. Painful. So then people were just like, no, sorry, hun. Now I've seen this is what you're like. I'm not buying your book. I'm not supporting you. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like a long list of people just going in on her. So that's number 1. And number 2 is India and Dami. They're Love Islanders. We love Love Island over this side.
Yeah. I was about to say.
This side as well, a little bit.
That side. Do you love Love Island?
Seriously. So India was in these streets, again, I think in the X streets or maybe Snapchat or one of them anyway, kind of thing. And she was defending her boyfriend, Dami.
Mummy.
Basically. She was going in.
Dami had I don't know, Dami says wild things all the time, and he kind of went at someone and he basically said like, look, if I'm triggering your childhood trauma, just say that. Do you know what I mean?
Dami's clapback was actually
better.
quite good.
It was good.
Yeah.
But then Indy was just like, oh, these fake pro-black people, they should stay out my business, stay out my relationship. Who told her? Oh my God. This woman wrote an essay. There was just tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. You don't know what I do. I support black women if you're so concerned about black women. Why didn't you support Catherine when she was going through it if you're so concerned? Why didn't you call up your boyfriend when he said this and that and this? It was a lot.
There was no lies.
There was no lie. It was just facts upon facts. Why don't you promote missing black women? It was a lot.
Oh.
It was a lot. So, yeah, I'm just thinking that unless you've got a strategy, that's what I'm going to put into that. Unless you've got a pure strategy, I don't think you should do clapbacks. I'm putting it as an enemy for these people.
Like, so people should avoid clapbacking, like,
Unless
you're... To me, unless you're Kelechi...
It's
right.
so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just allow it. Or if you're prepared to go there. Like, I will throw hands, so... yeah, I'll go there.
Are you good at clapbacking, Stephanie?
I don't respond. I'm the queen of no response. I don't even see it. I just ignore. And that really annoys people.
It's probably more effective.
Yes.
Yeah, it can
That's
be
my
annoying
favourite.
though, 'cause sometimes like, if I catch you outside there, but no, it's right. We're on the streets of Twitter and Instagram, I'll leave you. But yeah, because I feel like it's a never ending cycle. And then sometimes I'm like, this person probably doesn't even exist anymore.
Exactly.
Like, what if you just like didn't wake up? Like, yeah, seriously.
True.
I'm not arguing with you. Like, yeah, I'm not leaving my last clapback if someone's not gonna reply. And like, no. It's just back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about if they annoy me a lot, I might just reply. One day, might give a nice clap back. Yeah. It feels good, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get the right one off, it's like, I silence you forever.
Yeah.
But do you think like now it doesn't even matter if it's good or not? Like people are just gonna swarm and join in on the hate.
That's why
If they don't like, yeah.
Like I don't do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I see stuff and I start, and then I think, oh, this is gonna be long. I just delete it.
I've done that before, and I think I got the context wrong. So I said something thinking everyone's going to be on my side. They were like, "No, love," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Delete, and that's the beauty of it. I can delete, and it will soon be forgotten because there's so much places to come and do more clapbacks. And other times when you get it right, everyone's on your side. It's a bit of an ego boost as well, so it's a bit dangerous to get caught up in that. Yeah, man, everyone's on my side. Yeah, we're riding, and then It just then you are like, who are you arguing with? Some bots and some 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's like, who's the fool?
8-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, I understand that. Farah, who's your enemy?
He lives here. in the bin.
Oh, he lives in the bin.
He lives in the bin, man. It's not my Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak again.
Oh God, again.
And he's appearing this week because the Rwanda bill has been approved. So after what has been, it feels like years of back and forth with Parliament of them saying they want to do this, and then it goes to the Houses of Lords and they say no, and it goes back. It went to the Human Rights Court of Justice or whatever the hell it was, can't remember what it's called. It went there anyway, and they said no. So he's basically got it through now, and he's talking about it could be as soon as May. Did he say
June?
Something
I
like
think
that. May or June, the first boat will sail to Rwanda. Or the plane will take off to Rwanda.
And under the boat.
I said boat because remember he put all the people on the boat afterwards, on that boat that had legionnaires, and then he had to get them all off. This is part of his policy as well. Anyway, so the government's plan to deport asylum seekers to Rwanda has been approved, and under the new law, any asylum seekers who arrive illegally in Britain will be sent to Rwanda. Now, hear the line, any asylum seekers that arrive here illegally. I don't think that's real. I think it's going to be selective because the people that he's talking about all seem to be of a certain hue.
So all the browns and the blacks going to go to Africa and all the other ones can stay here?
Basically.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he's my enemy again for that. And it seems a little bit inhumane to me. And not that it's anything against Rwanda, but they've had to, as part of this being approved, they've had to prove that Rwanda is safe. If you have to prove somewhere that it's safe because it's been opposed for all of these things, it just seems a little bit unsafe to me.
Yeah, it's a dodgy
And what
deal.
happens to the people once they get there?
And changing the landscape of Rwanda is dodgy, man. What's it going to look like?
It's gone through stuff itself, you know. It's still in what's the word? In healing.
Conflict
It's still in healing in certain parts of it. So
Just sounds like, I swear they done this like a couple of years ago where they promised land to a group of people.
think you're right.
That wasn't theirs, right?
Yeah.
it's just Britain all over,
Top
innit?
form.
Go on, Rishi.
Australia.
Yeah, it's going to be Australia again. All right, who are we welcoming to the family? On some lighter, brighter news. I'm going to talk about Paul Williams and his son Mike. Their business, Flake Bake beef patties, will be sold in Aldi nationwide. Can we have a round of applause, please?
I can eat a patty.
Yeah, Paul Williams and his son.
Want to
Paul.
sponsor me eat some patties?
Yeah, man. We can eat some patties.
Why are you speaking
I
like
don't-
that? I don't even know why.
You're supposed
no
to.
idea.
All right, so Paul Williams, who's 54, and his son Mike, who's 33, secured a major contract with Aldi for their Flake Bake beef patty. Flake Bake beef patties are now available in Aldi stores nationwide as of April the
Is it
10th.
only beef?
That's what it's called, my love.
Then I won't eat a patty.
Flake Bake, an independent family-run wholesale bakery in Peckham, South London, specialising in authentic Jamaican patties. The Williams showcased their Flake Bake beef patty on Channel 4 series Aldi's Next Big Thing. I've never heard of this show ever.
Oh, wow. It was a
Channel 4. You
competition.
sure it's not Channel 5?
Channel 4?
Channel 4?
No, it was Channel 4. It was
Wow.
it was a part of their part of their diversity strategy.
Sounds
And
about
it
right.
was like giving businesses a chance to get a really big contract.
Okay.
Oh,
And
so
they won it.
I think that's
It was a good-
amazing.
it was
It's amazing. So they competed against hundreds of applicants. Their patty, bursting with Caribbean flavours, impressed the Aldi judges with its standout taste
Where
and
are you getting
flaky
this from? Bursting with Caribbean.
flaky pastry.
Love
Is this their
it.
press release?
I don't think it's come. I don't think these words would have come from.
Can we just get through the welcome?
No, I welcome them, but I don't welcome the words that whoever it is
Bursting with
that's-
Caribbean flavours.
Bursting with Caribbean flavours.
Spices. Spices. Mike said, we've worked so hard for this last 10 years and it feels like the ultimate dream is a lifetime achievement. Paul said, I cannot explain how happy I am right now. I'm very proud of my son. Without him, it couldn't have happened.
I love that. I
That's
love
very
their
cute.
story. I hope they do chicken or vegetarian or saltfish patties. That would be amazing, and I will eat them.
Flake bakes
But
in Aldi now. They're
I'm
called
sure
Flake
they
Bakes.
have a full range.
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing has mentioned beef patty. And that's all I've got, beef patty.
Maybe that's
Again-
their signature, but I'm sure they do.
They
other-
might do
I
more.
reckon it's the person that wrote the article.
Okay, can we go? Farah, who are you welcoming?
I think we need to go to Aldi.
Yeah. Who are you welcoming to the family now? Let's get on with this. We've got shit to get through.
All right. I would like to welcome King and Queen of the Get Back Gang.
Oh, God.
Ashanti and Nelly.
You lot cheered before the patties?
Oh yeah.
Your priorities, guys.
Ashanti and Nelly, I'm welcoming them to the family because they are welcoming a little baby to the family and they're engaged. And I just love this story. I love this story. They were together. They broke up 10 years ago and they were together for 10 years. And now they're back together and it's just a beautiful thing. You know, they've opened a new business together which helps women with fertility if you don't have a lot of money and you can't go to clinics and things like that. You can do it at home. But it's an amazing story. I love them. She wore jumpers for a long time. Everyone knew she was pregnant, but she did it in her own time. And I just love it. I love. Yay, they're my favourites. Welcome.
She spun the block.
She spun the block.
And it worked for her doesn't mean it will work for you.
Exactly. Don't call him. Don't call him.
Don't call her.
Don't call anybody.
Boyfriend. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
My sister, don't do it.
Relax. Who are you welcoming to the family, Nana?
Okay, I am welcoming Don't Jealous Me and his wife, and I've really tried to find their names within the show. Do we know?
Yeah.
Went to school together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Yes, they did the London Marathon on Sunday and they completed it in 7 hours. And that is, you know, it's an amazing feat to actually do the marathon.
Yeah.
I
Mate,
watched it a
'cause
couple
I
of
ain't.
years, but I don't think I'll ever run.
Ever.
And the fact that they did it together is just so sweet as well. So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
They're great, they are.
Charlie.
Okay, so I'm welcome to the family. I mean, she has a permanent residence. She has her own section. She has her own floor in the barbecue.
Usually, Sade and I would have her here on the screens
Exactly.
if we had our wish.
And if you haven't guessed it already, it's Beyonce. Beyonce is being welcomed back to the family again.
And she does have a
This
gang.
time, yes, she does. Shoot us. This time because she blessed us with a voiceover. Now, if you follow Beyonce, you know she doesn't do captions. She doesn't do voiceovers. She doesn't do any of that. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't do any of that. And she gave us a voiceover. She showed her new hair care range that she has with her mum, Miss Tina, Sacred, and she was showing us her hair. And we saw scalp, we saw length, we saw inches, we saw the whole process. And yeah, she just decided to shut the haters up. She was just
What
like,
did she
look.
say? I quote, that's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
I'm going to get back to my horror.
She did indeed. So basically, she was just saying, just because I wear wigs doesn't mean I can't grow my hair. And she showed the scalp. She showed everything. So yeah, I just want to welcome us to her because every now and again, you have to stunt on your haters.
Yeah.
You do.
And she did it beautifully.
But can I just say, did you see that video of that lady that said that, like, yeah, Beyonce was wearing a lace front in the front?
Because you know what? There's a friend of mine actually screen grabbed and said because there's a point when she's holding her forehead,
Yeah.
and it was like, why?
Hairspray.
That hater, huh?
No, it was when the
Yes, when she's sitting at the thing, she's because she's got to build up her hairspray, so she's working through it where he's combing through it.
I mean, thank you for explaining because that's what.
see?
Like,
don't
I was like, who is
understand.
this hater? Who is this auntie? Because I really came for this. But
Did they not see the part where she was combing the front and doing all it? Like, come on, stop
It was
hating.
it was funny that there's like something to criticize her. I was like, girl, well done. I wish she'd done that from the jump because I was like, this is part of them. This is great marketing.
Yeah, I wish she did
I
do
like
that
from the
from the
jump.
jump,
This is what we
actually.
needed from the jump to
would've
sell the
ordered it,
product.
yeah.
A friend of mine again said that it's not selling as well as they thought, so that's why she had to come and do this. I would have liked her to do it from the jump. I think Beyonce's hair story is the perfect story to sell these products.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like she's more of a show not tell person. Do you know what I mean? So she wanted to get the products out there. From what I understand, she wanted to get the products out there. People using the
When he spoke to
products,
her.
getting the positive reviews because that's what they do. Do you know what I mean? They got some notable people doing reviews and trying to be as honest as possible and everything like that. And now she's showing like, yeah,
I love Beyonce. Number one fan here. But yeah, you know, in this day and age, you kind of need to like give us more like earlier on. So for us to like really buy into it. Okay, I want to see her hair because literally I've never seen Beyonce's hair like properly. I think I've seen it once and I didn't even know it was that long. So if I'd seen that, I would have been like, oh, let me order this thing now. Because look at, you know, now yeah, you're telling me now is that okay? And then I'm already over the hype.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The rollout had that criticism.
Yeah.
It was like because we don't Beyonce is very much like, this is my art and my whole life. Is and it was like, compared to Riri, who was doing all the makeup looks and everything. It's like they have two different styles. So that was the initial criticism. It's like, where is Beyonce in
need
this?
to connect.
Because can you give us community? Can you be a part of your community? It's not for everybody, but the fact that she's done it and stoked up the conversation again, I get it. I think in the initial rollout, maybe she should have done. I understand they were like, we don't want this to be like a Beyonce product. We want it to be like, this is a hair company, and, you know, buy it because it's very good. But
it's just not. We're not there. We need.
Annie B, Annie Queen B. I need to see that hair.
We'll see. Anyway, we'll see what's going to
we
happen.
have been seeing her hair.
Yeah,
But it's not always apparent. It's not always apparent.
People just didn't believe.
Assumption.
No, but I don't think that's a bad
what
thing.
What should she do every time she has her natural hair?
No, not
that's
fine.
Everyone
No.
It's just like community.
No,
building.
it's just a communication. It's like
To be fair,
it's not that.
I think she's working on brand. Do you know what I mean? And she hasn't done. She hasn't needed to. This is a new venture for her.
Yeah.
And I think that she's going to learn as she goes along.
Exactly.
But I think like her just even doing a voiceover, that's a big frigging deal.
Yeah.
Like she spoke
to us.
She spoke to us.
Because check it.
She doesn't do that.
That video, the actual footage of the hair, the wash day, that's not from the day that she did the voiceover.
Yeah, yeah.
That is footage from the launch of Sacred.
Yeah.
Because it shows her going to the afterwards. So she's had that in the catalogue for a while. She just has not released it.
Yeah, should have rolled it out.
So, but in terms of what she does with people and her branding and stuff, if you think about when she was doing Ivy Park, she would be out there wearing the clothes and doing all sorts with people.
She did well with
it's
Ivy Park, but that's the
this is
same
what I
thing.
mean. So
Yeah,
it's
I think that's what was missed.
Speak bad of Beyonce on the internet, so I'm going to reserve. I don't want to be. I don't want to be tracked down. Yeah.
No, definitely. All right,
It's okay.
let's get into Aunties Know Best. This is where we get into the dilemmas and solve some of your juicy problems. Definitely get involved. There's some mad ones out there.
okay, all right. So I will start with, this has been seen on Twitter. Oh, sorry. There we go. So this, I think it's from a guy. I never thought it would happen to me, but I live with a bunch of white people and they conspired with the landlord to get me out of the house because I keep myself to myself, apparently, and this creates tension in the house. What's most insulting about all of this is the landlord is claiming that it's the loft conversion. But what does the loft conversion have to do with a tenant on the ground floor?
Loads of floors.
What advice would you give this young man, like how to navigate?
Leave. Go and find somewhere else. If people don't want you there, then go. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to lay your head where people don't want you?
That's unsafe.
Seriously.
Yeah, very scary.
It's not.
I would leave, and I would leave fast because who knows what they're doing to my stuff when I'm not there.
Exactly.
They could be putting all types of things in my food. They could be coming and rubbing their bum cheeks on my bed. They could be like using my toothbrush to scrub the toilet. I'm leaving. I don't want to be in that environment.
No.
That's not a safe space.
Is it ever safe for a black person to be the only black?
Oh, wow.
I think that's broad and sweeping. I think there's times when you can be safe. You just got to know who you are and who you're staying with. I think you just have an extra deep dive of who you're staying with and why you're there.
Would you ever do it?
I have had to by force.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
I've been fostered. So by force. And family 1, as far as I remember, cool. Family 2, forever. Yeah. So.
But I think it's the other question here is about like him being quiet. Do you know what I mean? Like, and just keeping to himself, because I feel like a lot of black people face that in the workplace. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're quiet, if you're not like necessarily, you don't want to do drinks and you don't want to go to the pub after, you're seen as a problem. You're seen as antisocial, and it's just like, there's a conflict there. Like, do you want to get ahead? Do I have to change myself to get ahead?
Right.
You know, you can't just be yourself, and it's just like that you're playing 2 roles, and that itself is exhausting, you know?
Yeah.
It's really, really
Have you ever
hard.
experienced being the only black in the village?
No, that's why I left and moved to Nigeria.
Safe no.
See the glow.
I'm free.
No.
Was that one of the reasons though? Was it like, okay, here's small?
No, maybe career-wise, because I just didn't want to be like a token black girl. I didn't want to wait for my turn to be like this token girl. Like, oh yay, I'm the black girl on TV now. And I also wanted to impact like my people. Yeah. So, but I mean uni. But to be honest, no. I went to Brunel and I had like black girl.
Black time.
I had a Nigerian girl putting plantain in the freezer. I was like, girl, you're weird. But whatever. So weird. Like frying it and keeping it there for like days. I was like,
I mean, the cherishing of the...
plantain. Yeah, but
That's different.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't because it was hard to find.
wait, well, no, but I'm just like, why would you want to
Brunel,
eat?
it's in London.
Why would you want to eat the plantain from like days ago that's been in the freezer? You're gonna No, it's gross.
Never.
I've never done that in my life. No. The only...
Why does she have it to spare? Like when it's
And
cooked,
she's
you
not
eat
eating
it, right?
No, she's like, she doesn't want it. You know, once it goes bad, you know, you can't fry it anymore. So she literally frying it to keep it.
To me, the way I love plantain, I've never needed to do that. But if she's like uni life, money might be tight. Let me save plantain. I love it, so let me save some so I can get it at a later date. I understand her process because we freeze everything.
But defrosted and then...
I understand, but if she likes it, so how did she refry it?
No, she's put in a microwave.
I don't know. I mean, not my forte, but I get it if you're student life. Student life.
Remember her.
You remember that action?
I hope you didn't eat from her.
No.
Oh. Okay, Shadow, what's your...
Okay. So mine's another social media one, and this is to do with Badders UK.
Oh, good God.
My favourite show.
Oh, good God.
I hope you're joking.
No, remember it was an enemy.
Explain.
Seriously.
Stephanie wants to know what Badders UK is.
Oh, God.
It's like some type of reality show.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Some type.
Where the girls fight and argue.
Oh, okay.
the
It's like
time.
that bad girls club.
Yes,
Okay.
basically.
Okay,
Yes.
but you know Lani Good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is Lani's
Borough.
production.
No, I don't know her
From
personally.
Shadeborough.
The
This
resource.
is Lani's production. She made this.
Of
come
course.
about.
Okay.
It's like a show,
Makes
but
sense.
So, Badders UK cast members Valentina and Shelley London, aka Big Shelley,
Wow.
Big shell.
have got into a violent brawl
Don't expect anything less from Badass.
that went viral basically online. However, something that caught people's attention that in Shelley's comments about the fight, she was basically saying she's 21. Do you know what I mean? So what she's doing is what she's doing. This is typical of people where she's from, how they act. That's typical of where she's from and stuff. Yeah. But Valentina is in her 30s. She's in her 30s. And they basically met at the house to fight. So they've made a conscious decision to go to a location in the hopes of fighting each other. And the question is, at what age should people stop fighting?
I think the question
Should be.
needs a bit more, I don't know, because let me tell you this.
Go on, tell us for why.
I will tell you for why. If a 21-year-old or a 20-something-year-old person, is running up their mouth to me and they're in my space, note that I said in my space, they're in my space and they're coming for me, I'm going to fight you. Because if you're coming, it's self-defense. But I'm not going to leave my home, go to a other location to fight a youth. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. So it's not a matter of when are you too old to fight, because I think you should be able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
That line. But yeah, I'm just not going to leave my house, because I will take the high road and be like, why? No. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
Are you fighting?
No. It's uncouth.
Is there like a scenario where you could consider it? So like if someone like, I don't know,
Yeah,
what did they say,
definitely.
like called out your mum or something, or, you know, maybe they threw something at your house, I don't know, like.
It'd have to be a physical attack that I'm forced to react.
So not words.
I don't think words, I mean, because then it's your ego. You have to, I'm, as I've said before, I've not had experience of having to have fights. My mind also now is too logical. I'm start to think about the future, the past, whatever, how it'll affect people around me. So I've logicked myself out of the situation. It has to be on demand. I can't get out of it and I've got to survive, or you've made me so mad I'm busting you up. But I don't think, if I've got time to think about it, and you're just talking, and what are you saying? You even make sense. You're talking about my family. What's going on? So after that, it's just words. So you can say all the things. We had Miss Our Fabulous say all the things. You know what I mean? But in my face now, that's different, because it's do or die.
No, you throw hands.
Yeah. So I've had many a fight. because I was about in the 80s when you could fight in primary school and secondary school. You would nothing happened.
I miss those times.
Yeah, you could fight. And I haven't had a fight in a good decade or a piece, like, or gone for somebody to fight them in a while. But I could, if you're in my face. I have a temper like that. Like, I'm generally chill, but I have a temper. So I'm not... I can be uncouth.
Yeah, but some people deserve it though.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't go to fight first reaction, and that's only because of mental.
Yeah.
I'm from North London. I had to block it out. That's why, that's why I watch people do it, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. But some people really deserve the beating.
Yeah.
I think
That's the problem.
this is what we're all saying.
So I'll just call you. You know, I'll be like, I can't do it, but
Right, can you
I got backup.
get the homies? Are you throwing hands?
I mean,
Can words get you outside?
I think, you know what? Yeah, I'm very good at winding people up so they will hit me first.
Wow.
I think as long as I get that justification that you've hit me first,
Yeah.
my mouth will not stop. I will run up my mouth. Like you will hate me in that moment. Do you know what I mean? You're going to hit me first and I'm going to beat you to a pulp. Like there's no two ways about it. But obviously I'm a lady now, so...
We're
Not going to a location to fight. Like
that's the thing. Like, but that's what I'm saying.
Flying out and all of that. I was
like one
We're
boob
all
is
in agreement
swinging.
then. Like I'm not leaving my house to go and fight somebody.
Not my warm house. Not my warm.
fight in a bra top.
Yeah.
I'm going in a tracksuit, a hoodie. Like
It'll be hard though. I'm not gonna lie. Like seriously, like because it depends what you're saying. It depends what you're saying because.
Well, you got to pay me. I'll go. I'll do a boxing ring thing.
Yes,
I'll do
pay
that.
per view. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Messing up my pretty face for nobody, bro.
You knock them out.
My man uses plastic bags all the time and I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
Oh, in the supermarket.
Yeah, supermarket bags. Help me, please. My man is great in every way, but he's a bit tight, which I learned pretty fast when we met. Okay, let me clarify. It's not that he's tight in a selfish way. He will pay for what's needed on his list of bills to cover without moaning. When it comes to clothes, he hates name brands, saying they're entire waste of money and unethical. Thankfully, he does know how to dress. So when he goes to Primark or H&M, and when he's feeling fancy, Zara Men, he doesn't, he does his thing. He looks good. He doesn't. He doesn't own one pair of Jordans, Adidas, or even a Reebok or a Puma. He refuses. But like I said, he does look good. But however, what's really bugging me out and embarrassing me that he had this decent man bag from H&M that he used to use, but when the strap broke, he started using plastic bags. I didn't think anything of it, because when he takes his lunch to work in a plastic bag, that's okay. I feel like that's not too bad. But now he started carrying a plastic bag when we go out. The other day, we went to the cinema and he carried an H&M plastic bag for his wallet and car keys. When we went to the West End, he brought a full little bag for life to pack everything we bought into one bag. You know, like when you get all the shopping bags. So he packed all the shopping from the West End into the little bag. We had a bit of an argument about it after the West End trip, and he said, I'm too affected by what society says and that I'm slave to names. I was so offended that I slept on the couch. I can't lie, I do like nice things, but plastic bags. How do I sort this out?
Buy him a bag.
Exactly. Easily.
It doesn't even like paper bags. Plastic bag.
But
I
they
think
break.
just get a tote bag, maybe personalise
But what if
it,
so what
make
you know,
it a
like,
gift.
would you let him carry like the fancy ones from Whole Foods or Harrods? What?
No, just get a tote bag.
Buy him a bag.
Like what you're
But it
saying.
seems like he's got a problem with money and her
She
spending.
doesn't buy it. He doesn't have
It's
a
not
problem
me,
with
oh.
her spending. She says she likes nice things. She ain't shopping in H&M and Primark. They went West End. There's only a few shops there that ain't H&M and Primark.
No,
There's a
little
lot
bag.
of oxymorons there because he said he doesn't like name brands because it's unethical. But then he said Primark. Where do they make the clothes?
I'm just like, but if you're so ethical, why are you using a plastic bag anyway? It doesn't make
Isn't that
sense.
bad for the environment?
Doesn't he think he's recycling?
Huh?
He sounds a bit. He sounds like he thinks he's too nice. To be fair, but then he's he's self-righteous and pious. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm so smug and I'm going to do that.
Meshing.
No, he's tight.
Could your man carry a plastic bag though?
No
Absolutely
way.
not.
Huh?
No.
It's
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
No, I'm buying him a bag.
Especially on Oxford Street. What's wrong with
You
you?
look like a proper uncle. I've just got my bag. I've rolled it. I've just.
Uncles are not even out here doing that.
I've got.
Yeah.
No,
Are you not saying it's not manly?
No, it's just weird.
It's not that it's not manly. I wouldn't like my brethren who's a girl, like, if I'm walking around doing that all
I think
the time.
women can get away with carrying a plastic bag more than
Plastic
men.
bag all the
What,
time,
everywhere?
No.
I'm just saying, I think a woman can get away with it more than...
I'm a bag snob,
You
so
are.
no,
We're
absolutely
going to a
not.
restaurant. We're going to a rave. We're going out.
And you're gonna bring
to the beach.
a
And I'm
thing,
bringing
you know?
out my thin blue bag.
Are you crazy? With my belongings in there, with my
Exactly what I thought.
keys,
Those bags
with
from
my
Dorset
makeup.
Market.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like the blue bags.
oh, the thin ones, the corner shop bags.
Yeah.
That don't put fruits and veg in. But he won't use anything.
He won't use anything.
She's just got to buy him a bag.
Yeah.
Buy him a bag.
A few bags.
So how does she make her solution to this is buy him a bag.
Just give it to him.
Just give him a bag.
Like, here you go, babe. I know you love bags. Look, it's got
you
your name on the inside. Don't you love it?
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Now
Every
he
bit
refuses.
of it.
Another
It's
one.
fine.
Like, it was buy one, get one free.
Is that, and the thing is, you know, you've got all these bags with compartments and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Hidden pockets. You could.
Yeah, she could sell it. She could sell it
She
to
could
him.
so sell it.
She could sell it to him. No, you know what she should get him? The bag that turns into a jacket. So
No,
then he's
no.
going to be like, no, I can use this forever. Like, she needs
He
to
would
do
be
recyclable.
amazed. He would be amazed.
It turns into a jacket. It turns into a
he's telling
carry-all.
you what you
No, it's not. It's disgusting me.
No, she needs to get one that's vintage. That's
Yes.
upcycling.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sustainability.
Yeah.
He'll
Saves
go
the
for all of
planet.
that.
She can switch this up real quick.
She could do a lot.
Yeah.
Bag that's
She can get
made
off the
out of
couch.
Plastic bags.
Serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, like a fashion one.
Exactly.
Actually, yeah.
Very
She's
sustainable.
actually lacking because this isn't even a. She should have sold
know
this
why she
already. Serious.
She just wanted us to laugh at her, man. She wanted us to shame her, man. If you're watching, why are you using plastic bags? Farah, go on.
Okay. I met a girl. She's everything, but she smokes. Dear Aunties, I met a girl on Hinge who I think is really nice. She's got a good job, she's really pretty, and we catch enough jokes. We've been on about 5 dates so far, and I think probably next time we'll meet up, we're going to do a ting. Okay, cool. But here's the problem. I was speaking to her on the phone and I heard her take a deep breath and start speaking like she's holding in smoke. You know, like that weed one that people do. So I asked her if she was okay. And she said, yeah, the weed just hit me strong. This shit hit me.
This is not.
Trying not to hold a choke. I can't lie, my heart sank. I hate when women smoke. Cigarettes, weed, anything. I think it's unladylike. I mean, I smoke weed sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, what a hypocrite. Carry on.
I smoke weed sometimes, but that's me. I carried on chatting to her, but for the past few weeks, I've been airing her a bit. I've made excuses not to meet up with her. I know she's getting stressed. She's probably smoking. I went to uni with a couple of her friends, and one of them said my name in a group chat. What should I do? I actually really miss talking to her, but like I said, I can't stand it when I see women smoking, and kissing them is nasty.
Oh, gosh.
What should I do?
Got to sack her
Hey,
off, really.
bro, call it a day.
Yeah. I think it's a very simple
Or
solution.
have a conversation and say, look, I don't like, can you get her to stop smoking?
No, piss
That's
off.
a deal breaker.
I'll be honest with you though. I have given up smoking for a man before. Yeah, I have. I was young.
Thought it was worth it.
I was young. Yeah, seriously.
And he asked you.
Yeah. He didn't like smoking, and I did, and it was for the better, to be honest.
Yeah, there's
You
a
know what I
health
mean?
element in it. Like,
So-
babe,
I don't like the idea of this dude coming along and being like, you've got to stop smoking while he smokes.
yeah, that one,
Yeah.
yeah.
From time to piss off.
Yeah.
Like, leave her alone.
My man saying, here, what now, Michael? You see, like when you're burning them herbs,
Yeah.
don't like that, you know. It's my lady, like. Yeah. Maybe you want to stop smoking them
You
herbs.
sound like Tim Westwood.
This is how he talks. That's how he
That's how
talks.
we used to talk.
Honestly, but it's long. It's long.
He is
It's
telling
long.
her, this is hypocritical.
I hate that.
So you're talking about when you don't want to kiss her because you're going to taste that cigarette or weed. What do you think you taste like, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's the unladylike bit I don't like. But I
too.
think for like health reasons, if you really like someone and like, you know what? I don't like smoking, but how can we figure it out? Because we actually don't know where she's on her smoking journey. She could be trying to give up anyway. You don't know what it is. There's a conversation at best.
practice what you preach.
But are you doing the big when you're talking to a guy? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, I know we speak about equal right. I don't want to be unprogressive. But
I think you're being unprogressive.
I can't. I can't cope. I can't cope.
Listen,
But you might.
back in the day when I was
Yeah, we don't burn anymore.
So when I used to
would
smoke,
you do? Yeah.
if I'm on the phone and
I'm taking a pull.
we're having a nice time, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
You're taking
Holding it in, yeah.
But why should you hide? That's you.
Why should you hide?
Why should you hide?
No, I'm not doing that. I can't lie. I was a lady smoker. So, yeah. Little puffs.
smoker.
Little puffs.
Weed and cigarettes. I mean, if you're I think I would judge if you're dragging a cigarette like Dot Cotton. If you're doing that and the ash is coming like just like that. No.
Different.
Because weed is like you inhale, hold.
Yeah, but you're still...
But that there's a little bit because I would judge if you're sucking a cigarette like it's a pipe.
It's the same. I think it's uncouth.
No, generally.
God.
To be
to double down.
I don't like seeing aunties smoke. I don't think black
can't
aunties
imagine
should smoke.
Have you ever spoken? I
Spoken?
can't.
Have you spoken?
I can't see it though. I can't imagine you smoking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, my God.
Oh my gosh, should I be saying that? Yeah.
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 My God.
No, why?
Oh.
I was so thinking, she has.
No, but then some people have like the cigarette holder. See how?
Did you have hold on?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a common pastime as well.
Yeah,
Like
it was, yeah.
nowadays, weed is from the earth.
I mean,
Well, it's always
It's from the earth. People are more relating it from the earth. Sorry, I meant to say. All right, it's not that deep. I think it's a conversation or suck up.
I think
I think it's the equivalent of sitting with your legs open.
Oh my God.
Auntie Sade is coming for me because I said I find it difficult to sit with my legs closed. That doesn't mean.
Whoa.
The shades of Sade.
Sade. Hey. All right, let's go. We got one more. We got one more before.
Okay, Nana, ask you.
Yes.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Okay, all right. So, am I the asshole for telling a homeless man off for littering?
Yes.
I feel really bad.
Was he supposed to wait till he got home?
Isn't it his house?
I don't understand.
You guys relax. This is bad.
I feel really bad. This weekend, I was going about my usual Saturday business while sitting at the bus stop waiting for my bus. I see this homeless guy who I guess was passing the time by throwing bits of rubbish into the bin, but he kept on missing. Okay. So there was rubbish all around the bin and it was building up. So I said, why would you want to mess up the street? Especially as that's where you have to live.
No, she's rude.
She's rude.
The man started ranting at me and telling me, who am I to talk to him like that? And he can do what he wants. I tried to apologize, but also I was like, but what I'm saying is true. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean that you get to mess up the streets. It's not my fault you're homeless.
Wow.
This is so out of order.
Is it though?
We went back and forth until my bus came. A few other people at the bus stop got involved. When I got home, I felt really bad. And I wondered if I should go back and give him some money.
Yes.
Or something. Even though I don't think what I said was wrong. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got home to get to. Why didn't she just go home and mind her business? She's there stressing the man. He's probably going to pick it as pastime. He'll probably pick it up and put it all in the bin.
When the game's finished.
He doesn't have anything else to do.
The game.
That's probably the game he plays with himself.
Because he ain't got no TV to watch because he don't have a home.
Exactly.
He's entertaining himself.
Oh,
You are the...
But however, in the world of equal opportunities and not...
Are you
No, so go on.
No, finish.
Go on.
Literally finish your sentence. In the world,
on.
you started it with in the world of equal opportunities.
Go on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe he would entertain the argument. It might have been a bit of, because people always like tiptoe around people when they're in certain situations. So it's like, maybe he enjoyed the banter. Maybe it was something that sparked his fire.
Sure he did.
And entertainment, because also, why are you littering? Is there never any time?
Sorry, just to debunk your first point. The man started ranting at me. Yeah.
He would have still enjoyed it. He could have still enjoyed the interaction. He might be like, yeah, come back next week. That was fun.
That's great.
He might have been.
Just being harassed by a stranger.
But is it just generally, it's just because you are homeless, is it okay to make a mess?
But this is...
That's what I'm not asking. I'm just asking.
The mess. That's the thing. Because if he's paying it...
We had a whole campaign in the 80s about don't drop litter.
Sorry,
Exactly.
24, first of all.
But do you...
Seriously,
No.
mind your business.
Just
Mind
because
your
it's like...
business.
So if
You
you...
know what,
And mind
seriously,
your business.
if you wanted to be a person that cares about the homeless, then you would have given them money and went about your way. That's what you
bought
did.
him a meal.
Or something.
And he
That's
made
what you
more
done.
rubbish
Why
with the
didn't
meal.
she pick up as he was throwing it? Why didn't she stop picking up throwing it? Because she's
You
so
know what I mean?
concerned.
Why couldn't she have a conversation? She was being judgmental. She was being condescending, and it was unnecessary.
And an arsehole.
If you care about him as a person, then you would strike up a conversation. How you doing today, mate? What's going on for you? Like, what's your name? Da-da-da. Do you know what I mean? Like, see them as a human being, not someone that you're just gonna scold as you're on your way home.
On your way to
your house.
And also she said, why would you do that after that's where you sleep?
Exactly.
Yeah, that bit was rude. No need to remind him of his situation.
She didn't need to say that.
But I
went
just
home.
wonder...
She went home and said, maybe I should have gave him money.
When she
But
was
I was
drinking
still
her
right
cup of
about what
tea.
I said. What kind of stupid...
She's an arsehole.
She might be an arsehole, but she's not wrong about... Don't mess up the streets.
No,
right?
Fucking wrong.
no.
She is wrong.
Would you not tell kids that are dropping litter on the... Like...
He's a
Home.
He's a grown man. Should he not know better?
Oh my God.
I'm just checking.
Oh my
Where's
God.
he supposed
What
to
are
keep
you
the
checking,
litter?
please?
Checking.
Honestly, yeah?
Everyone's barometer of morality.
No.
All right, guys. We're going to get into Stephanie's business in a quick second. Have you got anything to spotlight, anybody?
Can you do the last one, please?
The last?
Yeah, at the bottom.
Oh, me?
Really good dilemma.
Oh, wow.
Hold on,
Oh,
wait.
it's my turn. Sorry. Which
Okay.
one? This one here.
The one that's 15 paragraphs long.
Okay, cool. Okay, quickly, yeah? Do we have time? Okay, cool. Okay, so is this Am I the Arsehole? Yes, Am I the Arsehole? I'm just going to say it anyway. 43 male accidentally insulted my partner, who's 43 female, and she has remained cold ever since. She wears sweats all the time now, and we've been a couple for 7 years. I've only realised now that we both view her very differently. From my perspective, she's never been interested in fashion at all. She always wears black jeans. She has dozens of black tops. She doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't get her nails done. She only does root touch-ups. And I love her, but I don't care about any of this. From her perspective, apparently she dresses elegantly and minimalistic. She says that she's always wearing black jeans. She says she's always wearing black jeans and no. Oh, sorry. She says she's always wearing black jeans and she does a no makeup look. Yeah. So I guess that means she wears mascara. Not sure. She says she pays the salon every month to colour her hair or it will be grey. The reason this all came up is because we met up with friends and one of those women is very fashionable, always done up. I'd mentioned in passing that my partner that the other woman wore lots of vibrant colours and she probably loves it. My partner said that she personally isn't a fan of bright colours and in the past she has tried to wear them but she doesn't like how it looks. I told her if I was a beautiful woman, I would wear bright colours for attention, and that's probably why our friend does it. Anyways, that was the gist of the conversation. If my partner started getting very upset, but I wasn't picking up on it. I honestly don't even recall what I was saying that made her mad, but she ended up being annoyed with something. I was truly confused, but we ended up having an argument. I told her that based on how she looks, I had no idea that she even cared about looks or fashion.
Wow.
She was getting really angry with me, which tends to make me mad too. I told her that if she cares that much, to my surprise, she should she should present herself better. He's rude. He's rude. She insisted that I tell her what I meant. So I told her that she dresses boring and it makes her look old and dumpy. I also told her I don't care at all, but since she appears to, she should try dressing more fashionable. This was 3 weeks ago and she was very angry with me. Now she's not angry, but she remains cold. and she now has taken to dressing in sweatpants and sweatshirts. She says she won't be dressing nice around me anymore, but I never thought she dressed nice in the first place. Obviously, I put my foot in my mouth and I've apologized, but she doesn't care. She says she won't forget what I said. I really want her to just drop this. Is this something that needs therapy or is it just time? That was so weird. Where do you begin?
Wow. Doesn't think she dressed nice in the first place. This man is very cheeky. But anyway. Do you appreciate his honesty or no?
That's a thing, though. Like, he was honest, and he loves her, but there was a level of honesty.
The delivery was just for.
And how do you deliver that, babe? I don't think you dress well. And she's like, I'm going for minimalistic, basic. And he's like, no, you're too beautiful. You should enhance it.
So some money and let her go.
But then if that's not her style, that's also. And when did this become a problem? Because how long has she been minimalistic versus now all of a sudden it's a problem?
But he said it's not a problem. He's like,
he's
this is
not
you,
bothered.
but you're dry, innit? Like, but I still love you.
Then shut up then, isn't it?
He's being honest. I don't think it's therapy. I think this is time. Like, just wait it out.
Wait, what out? The sweat.
Wearing track.
And she's wearing her tracksuit to spite who? Herself.
But didn't he say to her, I might have got lost in this bit, but when he saw the friend who wears vibrant colours and all of that stuff, didn't he suggest to her that she should do that?
If she wanted to
No,
get out.
he said, if I was a beautiful woman, I would be wearing bright, vibrant colours.
So the friend is beautiful.
So he suggested to her that she should change. So he isn't all right with it. His words and the way that he's delivering them, he isn't all right with it. You look frumpy and dumpy. No, he's not all right with it.
Okay.
Is he an arsehole? I don't know.
Yes.
If you think that the way your partner dresses is frumpy and dumpy, and in a convo you tell them, I don't think that's being an arsehole.
Was it in a convo though? He said, why don't you dress like this woman? You see, when you're in a relationship with someone, and they keep pointing at other people and telling you, I think you should look like this or this person looks good, it don't land right. It doesn't land well. It doesn't make the person who you're delivering that news to feel special and loved and liked. It makes them look at themselves more and internalise, and it makes them feel, I'm talking from experience as well, it doesn't land well. I've had a boyfriend say to me, oh, why didn't you wear makeup? This girl looks like that. Fuck you, innit, Hector?
You know what? My thing is, it's just like this piece is, the insight of his mind, yeah? Serious. He's suggesting that she needs therapy because she's not getting over this. He's not understanding that she has basically told him, you don't notice the work that I do to even maintain the look that I have. Do you know what I mean? You don't notice that I'm wearing no makeup look. I'm wearing minimalistic style. Do you know what I mean? I've put thought into this. I've made these decisions on purpose. Okay. And you think that I look boring and dumpy. So that's what do you know what I mean?
He hasn't shown you boring and dumpy.
But he was initially attracted to boring and dumpy.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to know, like, how long has it been in this space? How long have you been?
7 years they've been together.
So when did she change her style or not?
No. Maybe she didn't change.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes back to that thing of he's found her like this and he wants to change her. That's what I'm getting anyway. That's what I can hear in this.
It sounds a bit controlling.
Yeah.
I don't like his viewpoint that he would suggest that because she's naturally upset, and you would be if you heard this kind of information, and if it was vice versa, he would be upset that to suggest that she needs therapy.
Is he suggesting?
Insane.
Is he suggesting she or that you know, like it's like let's do a couple.
It's the situation.
Yeah, so
is this something that needs therapy?
Yeah, so it's not like hit her specifically. It's like to deal with the frostiness.
She won't forget. I really want her to drop this.
Yeah. So is this something that needs therapy?
I'm taking it
to help.
Couples therapy.
Yeah, that's what
we go to somebody to mediate on this.
Should he just leave her?
He would say that.
No,
do you know what I mean?
No, I think that's implied.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's a rude.
I can kind of read it both ways.
It could go both ways, but I feel something about it makes me think it's the situation, because he's like, she ain't talking to me. She's wearing sweats. Is it going downhill? So maybe her, but also, have I handled this wrong? If he is that thoughtful.
I think he's an arsehole.
I think he's a controlling
I think it's
arsehole.
absolutely obvious that he's an arsehole. And it's just like, Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, be nicer. There's many ways that you could say this. You don't have to talk about, because even complimenting the other woman, you're insulting her at the same time. You're saying that you like vibrant colours, but people like that want attention. What kind of backhanded compliment is that?
There's
That's
definitely
crazy.
a lot of. There is a lot of like he was cussing her.
He's out of order.
Men and their clunky mouths.
There's no like comfort in his words at all.
No.
Yeah. It's just men and their clunky mouths.
It's not men and their clunky mouths. No.
Rude.
I'm not as an excuse, but they've got clunky mouths.
No.
What he said with intent.
Yes.
Yeah? It wasn't clunky. He knows what he's saying. He's trying to get into her brain, and he's trying to get into her brain, but then at the same time, he's trying to act like, oh, I know, I didn't mean it like that. I don't understand why she's so offended. Because you're looking at another girl and you're saying, if you were like this, why don't you do this? It's not nice. You can't do that to people.
Yeah.
You don't even make an effort anyway.
You're shitting on her fucking whole life.
Her minimalistic, minimal look.
Out of order.
I think he's got to be
Trying to
honest with
work brain on
himself.
her.
He doesn't actually.
Doesn't like her
you
look.
may like her personality, but there's lots to her personality that you also don't like. And just be honest with yourself. Maybe this isn't the person to be with.
Some men just
like truly.
just like the fact that they have a woman. They don't actually like women. I don't think he likes
And
them.
also, some men like the fact that they can make a woman feel small so that they are more needed.
Yeah.
That part as well.
I think he's an asshole, man.
You do need therapy, to be fair. Maybe you yourself.
He needs therapy.
You need
Go
therapy.
and sort yourself out.
All
Because
right.
what is the freaking issue? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, but what is the issue though? Do you know what I mean? You've liked her for 7 years.
Black every day.
The minimum. He doesn't get. He doesn't.
You've been with her for 7 years.
Man.
He doesn't get.
seriously.
He doesn't get her fashion.
And if you don't
getting
like
it.
it,
You've
buy her
changed, bruv.
something.
It's actually at the correct time. He's getting the 7 year itch.
Yeah.
He's just over it now.
Just say that then.
He's just over it.
Don't try and tap my clothing. Just say that.
But it is. It's a part of it. He wants to kind of be like, look, if you just zhuzhed it up, and
stay.
maybe
We'll
the
say,
zhuzhing up
I'll
is your
stay.
plan.
Changed yourself, I'll stay.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you.
It's just let it go.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Done in innings. It's all right.
Who are we spotlighting, please? I'm spotlighting The Book of Clarence, which is in cinemas right now.
Excellent.
Loved it.
See that shit.
Yeah.
James Samuel, you did your thing, bro.
It's really good.
I'm spotlighting Baby Reindeer. I finished it
Yeah.
this week, and it's brilliant. It's traumatic. It actually took me on a proper journey in like the human psyche, and I don't even know who I liked or didn't like because I didn't like anybody in this. But yeah, it's a journey. It's very, very good. It's on Netflix now. I think it's still #1. Definitely watch it.
I have 2 spotlights.
Ooh.
First of all, I'm going to spotlight my documentary that's on Prime Video.
Yay.
Where the heck is my period? You know, it shares the experiences of women living with PCOS. And the second spotlight is a theatre production for Black Boys. I watched last night. Yeah, it was really good to just, you know, listen to the experiences of these young men, but from a different perspective of them being very, very vulnerable and their outlook on life. Because, you know, there's been conversations and we know about it as women, Black women. But just hearing their vulnerability and just being like, oh, wow, I have a Black son. Okay, I need to be careful of this and mindful of that. So, yeah, that was a good one as well.
Yeah, we're going to see that next week, aren't we?
Sixth. Yes, 6th.
Then another one
Yeah.
soon. I am spotlighting Miss Rita.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm spotlighting Miss Rita
Miss Rita.
is because I have to celebrate her and her campaign against the what's the word I'm looking for?
Late blindness.
Yes, no, but
Is it
not
time
campaign
blind?
against it.
Oh.
Her campaign
recognise
to
it.
build it up and for people to recognise that there is actually a problem, and it is called late blindness. For many, many years, people who suffer from late blindness have been tortured and made
Tortured.
fun of,
Persecuted.
for their you know, inability to keep time.
Yes.
You know, and
No,
basically,
no,
Miss
no,
Rita-
Stephanie, don't
Miss
get
Rita is
excited.
highlighting the fact that this is a thing. It is real.
No.
You know,
No.
if you think that you can get anywhere in half an hour, then you too suffer from late blindness.
Yes.
And I would just like to thank you, Miss Rita, for spotlighting.
No. Are you,
Do you have late blindness?
I suffer from late
I
blindness.
suffer from late blindness.
They suffer from lateness.
Occasionally. So I'm going to spotlight Serena Williams because she has a new makeup brand. I don't know if everybody knows this, but a makeup brand called Win. And yeah, it's out now at the moment, man. Seriously, I'm really like I like Serena Williams because she really tries to do lots of different things. Like she's a great investor as well, kind of thing. But like I remember the days when she was on Instagram playing around with makeup, and now she's got her own brand. And I think it's just amazing. So
That's cool.
Alrighty, that's that. On that, thank you for watching Your Aunties Could Never. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Stephanie Coker. If you want to know more, you've got to sign up to our YouTube membership for
$1.99.
$1.99.
oh no, I'm not.
$1.99.
$1.99.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yay. So sign up to our YouTube membership where you'll get to see Aunties going deeper into Stephanie's life. And also don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And
But that like button, please.
Lead. And we'll be back next week. Bye. Okay.